So welcome everyone to the thing everyone's been talking about, the blood moon eclipse. And who is Divine Sophia and why is she showing up now? There's a good reason, and we're here to figure that out for ourselves. Let's call in sacred space. Let's all take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're just going to drop those grounding cords down, send our roots all the way down into the earth. Root way down. And then inhale, draw that earth energy up, up, up through our bodies. Send it up and out through the top of the head, connecting with the heart of the Divine Mother above us. And then inhaling, drawing that cosmic energy back down through our bodies, sending it all the way down into the earth, activating the as above, so below flow. Then connecting with that flow right here in your heart, breathing in, breathing out, activate the as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give such great thanks to be right here on the front lines in our beautiful bodies doing this beautiful work. Moving to the south, we welcome water. We welcome clear, clean, current emotion. We welcome love and joy and flow and abundance. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, clarity, all of our guides, angels, allies, and helpers. And moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement and passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome our divine feminine and our divine masculine in sacred right relationship. We call that beautiful energy down through our bodies. We call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. And we welcome our own sweet, extraordinary souls into the circle. We ask that all of these energies be with us, pray with us, and dance with us. Oh, wait a minute. For our mutual benefit. Oh, here we go. Let's pull this up. So everybody get up and move, activate all those energies we just called in. everyone. So once again, welcome. I know that some of you are in the Sophia class. I know that some of you you were on the summit. But it's like, I don't know that we can, number one, understand her enough because we're so new at this. It's not a new thing, but we are new at it because it's been hidden from us for so long. And the more that presence hits the planet in the way that it's hitting now, the more we grow in it and the more we learn. And so exposing ourselves to that frequency on a regular basis right now, I feel like it's mandatory. So we're going to talk about some ways that we can do that on a regular basis. But happy Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. That is happening today, this afternoon, where I live. And I'm gonna touch into some astrology around this just because it's pertinent, but that's not what this class is about. And I did post the Pisces lunar, all that information that we did the other day in the celebration on the YouTube channel. I also sent it out in an email. So hopefully you all have that recording. We're just going to tap into some of that information and see how it applies to our connection with the divine feminine. So my goal, and this is a 2-part series, I'm going to do the other one tomorrow at the same time. And yes, there will be a recording, and they will both be up on YouTube, is to help us understand a little bit more about who she is. And once again, if you want to dive into that even deeper, the Sophia class is there. We're going to talk about some other options that are coming up. But why? Why now? Why is she becoming more present with us now? How can we discover her and connect with her right now, which we'll do on this call? So I've given in several of the other classes, I've given this explanation there. The more you dive down this rabbit hole, the more information you're going to find. And people have been researching it for years. The more I research, the more I find. But she's been hiding in plain sight for a very, very long time. So quite frankly, Sophia, the word, is just a Greek word for wisdom. And on the physical plane, usually wisdom comes through the school of hard knocks. And her stories contain a few. And if you look back through history, what we're going to discover is that anyone that walks in her footsteps has those experiences, most of them feminine. This is how we learn here. But in the Pista Sophia, Sophia is the first feminine principle, a goddess. And if you were on the summit, you hopefully listened to Neil Douglas Klotz and learned that historically, when all of that was happening about 2,000 years ago, they had such a different perspective, just like depending on where you live, the ancestors that lived there before you, their connection to the planet was so much closer. So some of the understandings that we're having to learn and explain for us, it made perfect sense. It made perfect sense, the oneness of this frequency. But the standard story is that Pistis Sophia, faith wisdom, or quote unquote Sophia, what history calls Sophia the daughter. And this would be that original story plus all of the other ones all of the icons that we follow, falls from grace to the earth. When she follows a light she thinks will bring her to the highest place, but she's set upon by material powers who deprive her of her own life, and then she falls into the physical world of darkness. Now, that is a very patriarchal explanation. The truth is, what that first feminine principle means is that I call her the in-between. She is what breathes us. She's between every cell. Writers 100 years ago called her the substance that thinks. So when we talk about manifesting, and we talk about praying even, and putting our intention out there, there's got to be something that hears that. That is the Sophia frequency. In truth, she is holy wisdom. She existed before anything physical existed, and she did birth it all. So, from another writer, it says, Sophia is wisdom. The human body is all wise. The universe is formed in the shape of a human body, and that body is Sophia. She's the manifest world and all things in it. Sophia's naked body is the birth, death, and rebirth of all natural things in the known world. This process is her breathing. From supermassive black holes that swallow billions of suns and make them vanish, to supermassive galactic ion jets that alternate and conversely spin out billions of suns from seeming nothingness. God is unmanifested divine order. Sophia is both manifest and unmanifest potential, or the creatrix. Sophia has been known as the consort of or beloved of God. And Sophia is God made manifest in this world. So there's a lot of talk about her right now. Why would that be happening? Why now? Well, my position on this is that a good mama always shows up when her babies need her, and we need her now. If you think about what's going on the planet right now, the whole planet is in a state of emergency. And I know that most of us on some level understand, at least now, no one is coming to save us. We are the remedy, the fixing of whatever is broken here. We're literally the ones that were sent to do that. It's up to us. And if we're all truthful with ourselves, if we're all living and breathing, our bodies and brains are currently engaged in high-level stress responses, period. We're all being triggered by what we're seeing. We're all watching and feeling everything. And our bodies are trying to process that along with the unhealed trauma inside of them that's being triggered. Not to mention all the ancestral things that we've been trying to clear. So there is a reason, even though we're watching the skies like crazy right now, watching all of the big orchestrations outside of us, and then watching the consequences around us in the physical world, many of us don't feel like we have the bandwidth to handle much more. And during our last Lionsgate portal, all the way up to now, there have been so many astrological events that have really happened to support the process that we find ourselves in. So I'm just going to remind you of a few. At the peak of that quarter cross, when the sun was exactly 15 degrees Leo, or within 1 degree of that, Exactly halfway between summer solstice and fall equinox, the veils between the worlds were the thinnest, and this was enhanced by that 8-8 infinity time gate. This happens every year. This was literally igniting infinity codes in our DNA at a molecular level. So we became, whether we knew it or felt like it or not, more empowered. Now, that's not just us, that's everyone. And that is at a frequency level. If you're not aware of that, if you don't know to up your spiritual practice, to pay attention to your thoughts, to pay attention to what you're focusing on, if you're not in some kind of a circle or some kind of a support system that helps you do those things, then whatever it is you're holding is just going to expand. I mean, that is the truth of it, period. So if you've been watching the astrology since then, you know that we are in this in-between time. As the outer planets are retrograding, one last time before the next big push. So just like a mama giving birth, there's a pullback and then there's a big push forward. This is the last pullback before the next big push into the new. And we get to determine how that's going to affect us, how that's going to affect people around us, how it literally is going to affect the planet. So, as we, maybe we don't need to know this, but this is an excellent time for divination, for meditation, for getting quiet, getting guidance, because there's lots of information available. I'm hoping you're beginning to get a little inkling of why what the energy that we would call holy wisdom is so present now. Just like in birthing, this is a critical moment. So she's bringing in everything we need to assist this birthing of the new. So more cosmic light. You've heard me say that before. It's like the big light that has been triggering all of this upheaval is not going away. Our little bodies are going to learn, that's part of the upgrade, learn to digest it and utilize it. But what's coming through that portal way also, ancient wisdom, the truth about what has really happened in our history, exquisite beauty, divine guidance, surprise blessings. Some are calling this the year of Jubilee. And this, right now, this moment, this full moon, is when we cross the threshold, is when we release all the old timelines, anything that's not serving us. So things that can also happen, spontaneous healings, abundant downloads, abundance downloads, growth in all areas of our life, support whenever we need it. So asking for the support you need right now is the most important thing you can do. More connection to your higher self and divine source, and the downloads of information we need when we need it. And yet, we have all these big planets, Saturn and Uranus, especially in retrograde, the year of the snake. All of this is pointing us to what I just said. We're being invited to release what no longer is serving us for our highest, and doing this for our highest good. We're also being asked to claim our own sovereignty and step in to that true power. You know, in the story of Sophia and so many of those stories, there was a reaching out uh, toward something bigger, you know, something that is going to save me always. That is not the way of the future. The way of the future is to reach in. And in fact, the truth of the matter is, most of the great teachers, that is exactly what they taught. Not follow me, go in and find your own holy wisdom. So that's what it means to be sovereign. That's what it means to take on your true power. So we're standing at this moment in time, this threshold of karmic grace, and it's just laid out before us. All we have to do is ask, but we have to ask, which is why I thought this was the appropriate day to do this. And right now, you know, especially if you were on the other call or if you've been listening to some of the astrology out there, you know all this already. And I was just checking on the chats. You know all of this already, but we may still feel, and we may have set those intentions. We may already see some of the evidence that those prayers are being answered. But in the in between, we call this in Priestess the chrysalis. There's this meltdown of who we are, who we were, and we're just in the goo. And we're not really in the form that we're becoming. So this is part of the reason for all of that push and then pull back. So right now we're in the pullback. Right now we can use this time to set ourselves up to move forward again. This is a time for us to get our bearings, to grow into who we are becoming. Yes, it is, my dear Val. It is, it is. So this is a Sophia moment. This is a holy wisdom moment. When the alignment at the Lion's Gate happened that caused all of this ruckus, or appeared to, a big surge of light came through in the cosmos and transmitted higher energies and light codes to the earth. And all of those energies are about heart-based transformation, creativity, manifestation, holy wisdom at its very best. So this is the most auspicious time to accept any endings, even the surprise ones that come, and open to new opportunities. Focus on your heart's desire, align with the lion's energies of courage, passion, and strength in your life, and raise your frequency. Stay in your heart space. This is where we're going this morning. So I love this quote by Brian Andreas. The sound of what cannot be seen sings within everything that can. There is nothing more to it than that. So holy wisdom, Sophia, is Divine Mother, but she will never be seen in physical form. Her daughters will be seen. Her sons will be seen in physical form. Her frequency is too high to withstand this realm, especially now. But her presence, her frequency has not left us. She is here right now when the veils are so thin And she can come through without being seen, but certainly felt and known. And for those of you that were on the summit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've done those summits for, gosh, since 2017. I have never gotten the response, the emails back that said, oh my goodness, she's here. She is. All you have to do is speak it. I mean, she's everywhere. But the only way she can work on this planet is through us. This is why we're being called to step up to the plate, to step up to our sovereignty. And, she's done this before. Why is she so present now? Well, we're birthing the new earth. We're stepping in to the golden age right now. We've been hearing about this, I mean, for some of us, all our lives, for decades. And maybe we've been quite frustrated with the time that all of this is taking to transform. Maybe up until now, we've been praying and hoping that things would shift. And yet, all the while, this ever-present feminine energy has been right behind us, pushing us forward, supporting us, clearing the way so that we could step into what's coming. And what exactly is that? We talk about the golden age. What does that mean or look like? Well, number one, we get to imagine that. And make no mistake, there are other folks out there imagining things that might not jive with what we're imagining. But I would like to imagine a world where the ultimate governing force was pure, unadulterated, unconditional love. And I think if you're on this call, that's the world you're imaging into. So what would it be like to live in a pure utopian society? It has existed here before. The pain and suffering and destruction that we see on this planet now was planted here from outside of us. My spirit guide told me years ago, he says, if humans could just figure this out, the earth is like a petri dish. Whatever you plant here grows. And so if we're going to plant new seeds, we have to pull the weeds. We have to clear out whatever has come before has to move. And that's what we're watching on the world stage right now. But it doesn't mean we sit there and be glued to those stories. What it means is it is a call for prayer. It is a call for vision. And it has always been the plan of our creatrix that that utopian golden age society will live here again. Why? Because she loves us with that kind of love. And I know that to be true, not because I read it in a book, not because somebody indoctrinated me with it, but because I felt it. And it was just a tiny little drop of it. But that was enough for me to know all of us can have that and all of us can feel it. And when you do, everything changes. Suddenly you have more energy to do the things that I should be thinking about retiring, folks. That's how old I am. And I'm just getting started. You have more energy to do the things that you want to need to do. You have the courage and the gumption to do the things that you want to need to do. And people show up to help you do those things. Suddenly you can actually begin to imagine in a world where there is no fear, where you can actually trust people again, where you can just breathe and relax and know the world is a safe place to be. So, my present to you today is we're going on a journey. We're going to connect with her and we're going to get some guidance for any more intentions that you have left. Maybe you haven't had time to learn about what's going on out there. And if that's the case, the recording's on YouTube. I'll send it out with this recording as well. But today, we're just going to go. We're just going to connect with Divine Mother through our soul that lives right here in our heart. And then we'll do a short meditation. I'll get you in the door. And then we'll take some time to set some intentions. And then if you want to go back and add, like watch and get more information and add to those, you can. Everything you do in here will be retroactive. We're going to dance those intentions in. So thanks, Raymond. That's a scary thought, but thank you. So that's what's going to happen now. Let's see. Yeah, those are the questions. So I'm going to invite everyone, and I would love to play music, but I won't be able to post this on YouTube if I do. So it's just going to be my voice. But I'm going to get it, like I said, get us in the door. So get your journals ready so that you can jot down notes as soon as they start to come in. And close your eyes. I like to put one hand on my heart to just make sure I'm connected there. But you get comfortable however you can get comfortable, so you can relax a little bit and see if you can find this frequency inside of you. It's there. So let's just all settle. Take a few deep cleansing breaths. And whether you have your hand on your heart or not, I want you to imagine that you can make yourself very tiny and drop your consciousness, your conscious awareness, down into the center of your heart chakra, down into your heart space. And as you drop in, it may be a very dark, long hallway that you fall through, but you see yourself heading for a brilliant light. That light is the flash of light that happened the moment you were conceived. Just like the star Sirius flashed together with Jupiter and Venus during that conjunction, your beautiful light from the great divine appeared on the planet. That light is your drop of holy wisdom. And it's still in there. That fifth chamber in your heart is alive and well. And at this moment, the cells around you, your consciousness, your divine consciousness of light, are having a love fest party. They are loving you as much as they did the first moment you stepped onto this planet. That love fest is happening now. It's happening inside of you all the time. It's what keeps you alive. That drop of holy wisdom, that divine spark that is you, is loving this planet back. So I want you to just feel that. If it helps, you can imagine the love that two parents would have for a brand new baby who they had waited for and invited and expected for so long. And now it's here. That love is the same kind of love the divine has for this planet. It's the love you brought with you. Let yourself feel that. Let yourself be surrounded and filled back up within your conscious awareness with that kind of love. The kind that just wants to explode out of your chest. And from that place, you can ask some questions. And these are just examples. What is yours to create and vision in right now? And what do you need to release to do that? Divine Mother is here to help you. She is that feeling you feel in your heart. And she's that feeling that all of us feel. And it exists in every cell of your being. What is yours to do to bring in this utopia? What is yours to give? So take some time right now to hear some answers. And because this is a full moon, you know, the timelines are shifting. We're releasing anything old that doesn't serve. So is there anything left that you need to release so that the new can come in? This is your moment to write those intentions down, whatever is coming. So for those of you that would like to do this on a regular basis, there is a new round of Daughters of Sophia. The Daughters of Sophia Mystery School is now open again. We did this in September, I think, of last year. But a new session of Source Light Priestess begins in October the 8th. But you can start learning now. I mean, the free gifts that come with the Source Light Priestess process. They've already begun. You'll have access to Source Light School. You'll have access to Sacred Rhythms, Body Wisdom Boot Camp, and you'll get a whole new round of that when the year shifts in January. So that doorway is opening, and we'll go deeper into all of that tomorrow. But there'll be more information attached to the recording of this class. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk about Sophia the Divine and how you can even more deeply connect with her. What we're going to do right now is dance in those intentions. So everyone get up, and we're going to activate what we just wrote down. Here we go. So hopefully you got to dip your toe in to more of what we're going to learn about tomorrow. We are the spring from her night of silent unknowing, where dreams come not, from that blessed nothingness that holds all and weaves together the loose ends of time and space. The only way she can work on this physical planet is through you and me. Come back tomorrow at this exact same time, and we'll dive deeper into how we make that happen. All right. Thanks to everyone for coming. I give such great thanks to the elemental forces and to the divine Sophia for holding space for us today. I give thanks for these beautiful souls that are here to do their sacred work. And I close this circle in the light. All right, loves. See you soon. Bye-bye. It's not going to let me out.